And in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Rob. Just need to borrow a pen. What's going on here? With international travel still challenging, Melissa and I decided to hit the northwestern coastline of Oregon. We started off by flying into Eugene, drove out to a town called Florence for a few days, then continued down the coastline, hitting Brookings and eventually into Northern California. We had an awesome trip, spent some quality time with family, did some hiking, and had a few, we'll call them mishaps along the way. So sit back, relax, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. So where to start? Well, I should address the title of this video and tell you that I did crash, but recover one of the 5-inch FPV quads, this one here. But the second FPV I took with me didn't actually make the return trip and is officially lost somewhere to the northern Pacific Ocean. And here's some video on how it all played out. Oh, and keep in mind, this is really the first full day we had in Oregon and the first day I really had a chance to fly the quads. I was super excited about this trip. I've been looking forward to it for some time, and that excitement probably and did get the best of me when making some of my decisions. When you're in Oregon, you're guaranteed to see a lot of rain, bring your rain gear, high winds along the coastlines, a bit of fog, and quite a few cloudy days, to be honest. You just don't know what kind of weather you're gonna get. So the moment that I saw any opportunity to bust out my FPV quad, well, I was all in. And add into the mix that the terrain wasn't familiar to me and that I didn't give myself any warm-up flights. Well, let's be honest, it was a disaster waiting to happen. But if you ask me would I do it again? Hell yes, I'd do it all over again. It's worth getting out there and just, pushing your limits and having a good time, and whatever happens, happens. And here's one of the first flights with my Rotor Riot HD1, my 5-inch quad. We started off really good, but I think not warming up cost me, and here's how that played out.
And now, a message from our sponsors.
We're down.
Here you go. I heard it.
I'm pretty sure I know where this thing went down.
Not to freak you out, but I see a crab.
I got it.
Sick. All right. Champion. Good work, man. the saved GoPro.
Summertime, get ready, we are so divine. Blue water and yellow sand, just you and me.
All right, we got it. Sometimes you got to go into the water in the middle of October in Oregon to save your drone. So after giving the quad about a day to dry out, here's what happened next. Did you hear that? That was the sound of no. Ain't happening. And if you're asking yourself, well, you could have put it in a bag of rice and maybe dried it out a little bit longer. Yeah, you're probably right, but I think the outcome, to be honest with you, would have been the same. Maybe I could have sprayed it with some of that, waterproofing. I personally just don't think your gear is going to be 100% as it was before you dropped it in the ocean. If you guys have experience with that, leave it in the comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And without an extra flight controller stack or any of my soldering gear, I was down to just one of my FPV quads. I brought two with me. My HD1 was out of commission for a remainder of the trip. Was I a little disappointed? Sure, I was a little disappointed. I was frustrated with myself, really. But like I said, it happens. So excited about flying on the West Coast that exact same day, I break out my new iFlight Nazgul Evoke. I got the same GoPro 9 that I recovered earlier that day mounted to it. I'm still really excited to capture the Oregon coastline, and it's still a really nice day considering the time of year. So I'm not taking any chances and getting in as much FPV flight time as I possibly can in case the weather turns bad on me all of a sudden. And who knows, I may never get back to this amazing location to film again. It's just a small little pullover on the side of the road with an amazing, crazy view of the cliffs and the drops, and I can hear seals on the rocks actually below us. There's an amazing lighthouse perched way off in the distance that I can see. So I fire up the quad that I have perched sitting on top of this wall right in front of the drop. This is going to be the footage from the goggles only, the FPV goggles, because I never did recover the GoPro footage or the quad from this flight. So the image quality isn't the best. I'm still kicking myself because I know how good this footage could have actually been. So why wasn't I able to recover the footage from this? Well, because of this DJI remote controller. User error, but we're gonna blame it on the controller. The toggle switches that I have set up here for the arming and disarming and angle mode are right next to one another. I'm gonna change that. It's not the first time I've done this. I was trying to hit the angle mode and bring it in on a nice gentle descent because all these cars kept pulling in as I'm bringing this in for landing. It was a pretty clear location. No cars were really pulled off at the time that I started the flight, but by the time I had finished the flight, a couple cars pulled in, leaving me very little space to land this, and I wanted to be safe, so I flipped it over to angle mode, or attempted to flip it over to angle mode, but instead what I do, I hit the arm disarm switch, and it was still out over the cliffs, and I just watched this thing in my goggles just spiral down into the Pacific Ocean. Now, as I said, despite the setbacks, amazing time, amazing time, amazing time. Do me a favor before you go, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this video. If you've ever been to Oregon, I did try to put a good deal of time into editing this video, so I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna need the views so I can buy some replacement quads and gear. So until next time, be safe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
I woke up feeling on top of the world, like nothing's ever gonna bring me down. This feeling got me flying high as a bird. I may never touch the ground. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate, 'cause it's a good day, good life. I just wanna celebrate all night. There's magic coursing throughout my veins. I don't want it to stop. I feel invincible in every way. I'ma give it all I got. It may not be my birthday, but I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate, 'cause it's a good day, good life. I just wanna celebrate all night. There's nothing like the